So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Kansas City, and I grew up actually as I was the youngest daughter of a head of a boys' school, and I grew up on the boys' school campus in a head's house, and the school looks a lot like the school.
That's funny.
Right. So it's, kind of like coming home in some ways.
Oh, that's awesome. So I heard from some field hockey girls that you
Yeah.
guys didn't practice with them. Were you a field hockey player in high school or college?
I was in high school. We played in Kansas City. We
Okay.
had only one other team that played in Kansas City.
Oh,
So our team had to fly. So we flew to Houston and played a bunch of girls' schools. We drove to Oklahoma City. We drove to Omaha, Nebraska, and St. Louis. That was our season. It was unbelievable. And then I went to Middlebury and I played.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Were you guys good?
We were pretty good,
Okay.
actually. Yeah, Dartmouth didn't want to play us because we beat them, and they
Oh.
were D1. And University of Vermont, we would beat, and they were unhappy about that.
What was it like going to an all-girls school? Did you think that was
That's a
a little bit?
great question. Okay, so the funny thing is, when I started thinking that I'd like to become a head of school, I had a lot of people who were like, "Oh, you should go be head of a girls' school."
Yeah.
I just can't. I don't think I can sell it, right? I think that girls' schools are great for girls who choose to go to them. I never wanted to go to one. I went because it was the alternative to my father's school, right?
Okay.
And in the end, I think, I had only sisters, and I would have benefited a lot from getting to understand boys better when I was in school.
So, what would you say your first impression of Academy was? I know it's kind of a
Right.
difficult question.
When I interviewed, right?
Yeah.
So when I interviewed, my first impressions were kind of immediately, I kind of got it, right?
Yeah.
So people were friendly. They felt like it was their home.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of feels like they belong in a way. And that was really clear from, my first day on campus.
So then what do you think you're most excited about when you came here?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I think how strong it is and how many people in the school were kind of trying to figure out what's the next step, right?
Mm-hmm.
So kind of this sense of, we know that we're good, and we know that we need to work on things. We just need to kind of figure out what it is that we want to be doing. So the kind of sense that it was a bit of a transition time all the way around, not just with a new head, but that John McKenzie had really worked to get the school to a certain place, and now it had somewhere else to go, and people were kind of trying to figure that out. So I think that's the most exciting thing.
So, what would you say, the weather differences?
Oh yeah,
between
excellent.
here and do you like this more?
I do. Yeah. Although I have to tell you that I was here last year when you guys got a snow day for I think it was about 1/8 of an inch of ice between 6:30 in the morning and 9, because I was supposed to come and meet people, and Mr. McKenzie was here, and it was he was kind of embarrassed that the buses wouldn't run and everything. And I went looking at houses with my husband that afternoon. It was like 56 degrees and sunny. I'm like, this is a snow day. Okay.
It's probably kind of some slack.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But I'm really looking forward to the winter, and it's also just a longer fall and a longer spring, and those are lovely times.